Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugalcrafter. It's been a while since I've had a video, but I just recently reorganized my craft room and thought I would show you some of my storage solutions. Up here at the top of the screen you'll see 3 hanging over-the-door organizers I got at Target for $2.50 each, and they hold glues and often needed supplies. Right under that is a shelf. I'm going to zoom in there, you can see the lovely paint cans I made the shelf with. I decided to use cans of paint my husband's not going to need soon, so that supports a piece of wood basically, and on that I have my binders that store my stamps. Here you can see one opened up, and basically just a 3-ring binder with sheet protectors, and it holds my flat, clear, and unmounted stamps. And I have quite a few binders of those. I've got my markers right within reach, another box of unmounted stamps, my most often used tools, and over here is a little rack I got at a scrapbook store when it was going out of business. It holds my colored pencils, my markers, watercolor crayons, and other tools I use very often. Now, since this is where I normally sit to craft, I like to have some other storage nearby, and I've got an iris cart here with some more commonly used embellishments, and on top I keep some often used tools. My crocodiles over there. It's very handy to have these within reach. Trash can, because I always need that. And here is something I've had since I first started scrapbooking. It is a set of 6 drawers. I just sewed a canvas cover to hide it away, but I have a lot of supplies stashed in those 6 Sterilite drawers. I removed the casters and I stacked them right on top of each other. A very, very smart and frugal storage solution, and I just made a simple canvas cover, and I can snap the sides away and lock it up when I don't want to see it anymore. I have a Crop and Style paper stack over there, and on top of it is a basket holding my embossing folders and flat dies. Over there is my Cricut. I have room for my laptop. Underneath in that box is my Big Shot, and I also have my Gypsy stashed under there. The silk flowers are actually in candy bins that I purchased at Brown and White Paper when they went out of business for 25 cents each. You could also collect candy bins at Sam's Club if you buy that sort of thing. Just keep them, wash them until you have quite a few that you can do a storage system like that. Little hardware store bins. I have a little box my husband made to hold some of my old-fashioned steel rule dies, and I love this thing. It's a little candle holder. Actually, it's a wax melter thing that my husband got me for Christmas. One of those Scentsy things. Smells really good. A mishmash of cards that I've already completed and paintbrushes, and that box actually holds things to be altered that I will get to someday. I just kind of cram stuff in there and forget about it, hide it away until I need it. Over there is a record cabinet. I have to go over there and open that up so you can see. It holds a ton of cardstock, and actually what it is for 12-inch record albums. Let me see if this cord will reach over there so I can open it up and show you. I hope you took some Dramamine before you started watching this video. There we go. Let me see if I can open it. Okay, oh, I'm in my bunny footy jammies as I'm filming this. Aren't those cute? Anyway, that is my cardstock holder, and it holds 12 by 12 cardstock, all sorted by color. Up above is some more cardstock and some of my magazines that I've been published in that I want to keep. And I've got some ribbon on top and a little hardware tilt bin. And one of my other ribbon storage solutions is these dowels hung from the ceiling, and they hold spools of ribbon. And it works out very well, and they're very inexpensive. As you've noticed, I work in my basement, so I like to cover the walls as much as I can with color, and I like to use all the space I have here to store and organize my supplies. I have some storage cubes that have my flat paper, and all the drawers have different things like stamps and ribbons and tools, and the little tags that are on the front of each drawer tell me what's inside each one, so I don't guess. I can just quickly look, quickly see what I have, and find what I want. And also, if someone's over scrapbooking with me, they can find what they need too. I've got stencils and papers, specialty papers up here in these folders. My stained glass and bead making glass shards basically are organized in that little toolbox. I keep my gift wrap in the little white chest here, and it's handy to access when I need to. And here is a poster board rack. It's in a state of disarray, but I got it at Rite Aid when it went out of business for $10, and it's really great for organizing your pads of paper. Next to it's one of my favorite storage solutions, and it is a 6-foot high, 3-inch deep rack that is used for my wood-mounted rubber stamps, and I was lucky to happen upon this for $5 at a yard sale from a lady that used to own a rubber stamp store, but you could easily make your own. Basically, you want to use 1x3 pine, and you want to make a 6 by 4 foot shelf with shelves roughly 5 to 3 inches apart, depending on what kind of stamps that you have. But I would make something a little bit wider at the bottom because it's tippy. I'm going to zoom up here. I don't know if you can really see it, but I basically have it tied to the beam on my cellar ceiling so it doesn't tip over. And when a kid crashes into it on a tricycle, it tends to knock everything over domino style, but that hasn't happened in a while, so I'm doing pretty good. And go over here, I have a hanging rack with my acrylic paints and my spray mists and other sorts of good stuff like my decorative scissors. There's my cutting station right in front of there, and underneath here I have beading supplies all neatly organized, and I have my paints and some more tackle boxes with miscellaneous supplies on the bottom. And right over here is my ink pad storage. Now this is really neat. It's from a pattern I found on the blog called the Rebel Inker, and it's a free pattern, and you can make this out of a couple sheets of foam core. So basically for a couple of dollars you can make this fabulous ink pad holder. This other one next to it is just a cassette tape case that I repurposed to use, just stuck my ink pads in there. I did remove a few of the wooden slats so I could fit my thicker color box pads in there. It works really well. There's one other little thing I want to show you in my craft room before I go today. Oh, this is a little podium that I picked up, and I keep my scrapbook pages in progress on the top, and underneath I store my letterpress plates and letterpress materials and a couple odd packages of markers. Let me just pull this out of the way, and I hope I have enough light over here to show you, but I have a filing cabinet, and on it I have these wonderful little plastic containers. And it's not very lit over here, but I'm going to take one off and bring it into the light so you can see. These little containers hold brads and other good things. And I got these for free. My brother-in-law works at the mill, and some sort of electrical tape or masking tape comes in here, and they just throw these containers away. So a lot of the guys save them for their wives and people they know who craft because they're very handy. I glued a magnet on the back with E6000. I have probably 100 of these stuck on a filing cabinet, and I can see my supplies, and it's really a wonderful storage solution. So there you have it. It's my craft room. It's not very fancy, but it certainly suits me just fine. Oh, one other thing I really like about this craft room is that I have managed to sneak other tools here and there, and underneath my table I have my air compressor and airbrush. So whenever I want to add a quick airbrush background, all I have to do is reach down there, grab it, drop a few drops of watercolor in it, and I can airbrush away. Everything is neat and organized, and I can find it. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and until next time, happy crafting!